Good evening. Welcome to the 11th Annual Student Leadership Awards Ceremony. I'm Carrie Wallace, Assistant Vice President for Student Development. It's my pleasure to open this event tonight and start the recognition celebration of the many gifts of our students, staff, and faculty. Special thanks to the Office of Student Leadership Programs in the Center for Student Involvement and the Leadership Awards Committee for their work in bringing us together tonight. I'd like to open the night with a prayer. God, we bless your name, and we thank you for the beauty of this day, the health of our minds and bodies, for men and women committed to student leadership development and the university. Once more, we gather to celebrate accomplishments that support our mission and vocations, that put our priorities in practice. Help us to respond to the call of youth and the poor. Help us find space for a diverse population, and may the gift we give be hope and encouragement. Mary, your life was lived finding a way to respond to the needs of others. Give us the courage to imitate your example, because we believe that it is living for others that we best honor our vocation. We pray in the name of creating, forgiving, and inspiring God today and forever. Now, I'd like to introduce someone who uses his gifts daily to lead our university community, Dr. Eric Spina, the 19th president of the University of Dayton.
Thanks very much, Carrie, for kicking us off, for the prayer and for the introduction. Welcome, everyone. And I want to start by offering thanks to the Office of Student Leadership and really staff from across student development, as well as partners across the university, some of whom you'll see here tonight. The efforts to prepare, once again in a pandemic for this award ceremony are significant. Really appreciate all the great social media work over the last week announcing the nominations. It was very exciting to see really all the incredible people and all the great things that have been organizations and all the great things that have been done this year. I want to congratulate all of the individuals and the organizations nominated, whether you win an award tonight or not. From my perspective, really this is to honor all of you. The support you've given to the University of Dayton community during a very challenging year has really been remarkable. So please pat yourself on the back and know that myself, the cabinet, the trustees, and really the leadership of the university, really grateful to you for all you've done. This really has been a year that has called out for leadership, I'm going to say like never before in the history of the University of Dayton, and that's now 171 years. The stakes have been so high for all of us at the university, and not even around health and safety. Obviously, those are very significant, but questions about whether we could be on campus or not, questions about whether education can be in person, questions about whether we could gather in the chapel, in the recplex, in KU, have been front and center throughout the year. And certainly it takes much more than the president or the leadership of the university saying, you shall, to make certain that we are able to accomplish all that we wanted to. What it takes is leadership from students and from student organizations. And at every turn this year, I know the whole cabinet has really been terribly impressed by what our students have done in terms of influencing peers and just doing what's necessary to make certain that we could have now really a full year on campus. Obviously, during periods we've had some restrictions, but a full year on campus where we've been together, living, learning, growing. And that takes leadership from students, that takes leadership from organizations. And that's why I say really all of you, whether awarded or simply nominated, really deserve our thanks, our congratulations. You have made this year possible because of your leadership. And I thank you very much. So I hope everyone has fun tonight, and thanks for the opportunity to say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Spina, for your introduction as we look to celebrate the accomplishments of leaders at the University of Dayton. My name is Chris Fishpaw, and I serve as the Director of Student Leadership Programs. I would like to personally welcome each of you to the 11th Annual Student Leadership Award ceremony. Tonight, we will honor students, organizations, and advisors for their leadership on campus and beyond. And just personally, I want to echo what Dr. Spina said. We are so very impressed with the quality of nominations that we received tonight, the leadership that we have seen and experienced from all of you this year. And we really have an exciting program for you tonight. Presenting the awards this evening are members of our Student Leadership Awards Ceremony Committee and our campus partners. And I'd like to thank them now for helping us to recognize and celebrate your outstanding contributions and commitment to our values, faith, and inclusivity of our student leaders, organizations, and advisors. 2 brief housekeeping notes. We encourage you to follow along in the program, which we emailed out earlier today, and which is also available on our website, go.udayton.edu/student leadership. And we also encourage everyone to follow along with us on Instagram at UD_leadership. You can find some behind the scenes content from our ceremony. And also, if you are a recipient of an award tonight, we would love for you to record a brief acceptance speech and send that to us. Up to 30 seconds with thank yous, what the award means to you, and other things. And you can email that to us at studentleadership@udayton.edu. or DM those to us on Instagram. And so without further ado, I'd like to kick off tonight's ceremony by welcoming Meg Austin, our graduate assistant for student government and student leadership, to present our student organization awards.
Awesome, thank you, Chris. So at this time, we'll move into the organizational awards portion of the ceremony. This year, there were nearly 100 nominations submitted for individuals, organizations, and advisors. Students worked tirelessly in over 250 student organizations at the University of Dayton. This evening, we will recognize organizations that were nominated for leadership awards alongside award recipients. The first organization award is the Emerging Organization Award. Please take a moment to recognize all of our nominees for this award. Our recipient for this award was described as they celebrate donors' legacy and vision for our shared future, current flyers also learn about the power of philanthropy at UD from peers in this group. Not only is there education about how donor support makes a major difference on campus, there's also a clear focus on showing undergraduates that we are all truly flyers for life. Please join me in recognizing students for university advancement as the 2021 recipient of the Emerging Organization Award. The president of Student for University Advancement is Sarah McGonigal, and the advisor is Emily Gamble and Anita Brothers. The next award is the Dorothy Day Award. Please take a moment to recognize all of our nominees for this award. We have 3 recipients this evening. Our first recipient of this award was described as, this organization serves as the UD student community by providing resources, education, and support on a variety of mental health issues. This year especially, their work has been so important for students to have an organization actively trying to remove the stigmas associated with mental health issues and work towards getting help, whatever that may be. Please join me in recognizing Active Minds as the 2021 recipient of the Dorothy Day Award. The president of Active Minds is Brianna Gavin, and the advisor is Terry Pelly. Our second recipient for this award was described as, their entire mission is to make the campus more aware of what Catholic Relief Services does and educate about social justice issues. They have done service this year by helping to raise money for the Dayton Food Bank during the Thanksgiving food drive, and they are currently planning virtual meetings with elected officials on immigration and climate change legislation. Please join me in recognizing Catholic Relief Student Ambassadors as the 2021 recipient of the Dorothy Day Award. The president of Catholic Relief Student Ambassadors is Nicole Van Voorhees, and the advisor is Nick Cardellino. Our final recipient for this award was described as, in addition to adapting their service to online methods this year, this organization has taken the challenges this year as an opportunity to move beyond service and into advocacy and social justice. Their intentional reflections and learning as a group are pushing the club members to not only see themselves as therapists, but change makers as well. Please join me in recognizing Music Therapy Club as the 2021 recipient of the Dorothy Day Award. The president of the Music Therapy Club is Michaela Miller, and the advisor is Joy Willenbrink Conte. Congratulations again to our recipients. The next award is the Award of Excellence for Contribution of Service to the Community. Please take a moment to recognize all of our nominees for this award. Our first recipient for this award was described as, despite many UD students experiencing Zoom fatigue, this group committed to supporting local 5K students via Zoom. They worked around the challenges of figuring out how to tutor virtually and adopt their typical trainings and protocols to meet the needs of the current time. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Award of Excellence for Contribution of Service to the Community, El Puente. The president of El Puente is Charlotte Mahoney, and the advisor is Theo Micah. Congratulations, everybody. I would now like to welcome Hannah Hobie, incoming Vice President of the Student Government Association, to present the remainder of our Student Organization Awards.
Thanks, Meg. Hi, everyone. Our next award is the Award for an Outstanding Event. Please take a moment to recognize all of our nominees for this award. This event was planned to take place in person in April of 2020. With everything confirmed, planned, and ready to happen, the event was forced to take place virtually, the first of its kind in UD history and in the history of the American Cancer Society. With Relay for Life not being in person, we assumed it would be difficult to obtain enough viewers and events. However, we had over 100 people attend our live stream. Even though it was virtual, this event managed to raise over $8,000 for the American Cancer Society. Virtual Relay for Life was not only innovative and creative, but also inclusive, so everyone could attend from the comfort of their own home. Please join me in congratulating our recipient for the Award for an Outstanding Event, Relay for Life, hosted by Colleges Against Cancer. The president of Relay for Life, hosted by Colleges Against Cancer, is Rebecca Barton. Before our last student organization, I would like to remind and encourage everyone to follow the Student Leadership Programs Office on Instagram at UD_leadership to check out some behind-the-scenes content from our ceremony. If we can make a small request to the winners tonight, we are asking that you take a second to record a quick acceptance speech and send it to us. We are asking that you record a quick 30-second speech with some thank yous, what the award means to you, and either email those videos to studentleadership@udayton.edu or DM them to us on Instagram. For our student orgs, anyone on the exec board from the organization can send us an acceptance video. Now for our final organization award is the Organization Award of Excellence. Please take a moment to recognize all our nominees for this award. This year's recipient is described as, this organization's most meaningful successes have been through the growth of its members selflessly serving the campus and community with education and emergency care. Their ability to adapt their work to emerging COVID guidelines has been impressive as they continue to serve this campus. They have gone above and beyond their normal duties to play key roles in the implementation of the university's COVID strategies, including assisting with the transportation of those with COVID-19 to quarantine and isolation housing. Please join me in congratulating this year's first recipient of the Organization Award of Excellence, Emergency Medical Services. The president of EMS is Clay Hepp, and the advisor is Chief Kidd. At this time, we would like to congratulate all our student organization winners and would like to recognize all members of student orgs who work hard to build and strengthen our UD and surrounding communities. Thank you for your continued work and your dedication to the mission of your organization. At this time, I would like to welcome Jason Eckert, Executive Director of Career Services, to present the Student Employment Awards.
It is my honor and privilege to present the Student Employee of the Year Award and the Student Employment Supervisor of the Year Award. Both of the awards are given to outstanding individuals who make an impact on the UD community. The Student Employee of the Year Award recognizes the outstanding work that students perform for the university and is based on the 8 competencies that the National Association of Colleges and Employers has determined to be indicators of career success. These competencies include communication, digital technology, problem solving, professionalism and work ethic, global and intercultural fluency, career management, leadership, and teamwork with collaboration. All of the students nominated should be very proud of themselves that they have demonstrated these competencies to their supervisors. As is the case in most years, the selection committee had a difficult decision choosing just one student from the list of this year's nominees. The nominator of this year's recipient wrote, "She has certainly been a leader in the Digital Communications Committee, often driving the conversation to get things done. She provides insightful suggestions and opinions in a way that builds unity and inspires teamwork. Her communication skills are exemplary in every area, but really shine through our social media. Her input was essential in designing the one-stop shop tool so that there was ease of use for the user. She effectively and creatively uses graphic design software to synthesize visual, audio, and text elements to create effective social media posts. She understands that hard work, respecting your coworkers, honing your skills, and doing your best so that others can do their best are some of the strongest ways to contribute to the common good." Congratulations, Maggie Hutter from the Center for Social Concern for being this year's Student Employee of the Year. I would like to recognize all of the nominees listed on the slide, as well as all students who are employed by the University of Dayton. Working while going to school can be a challenge. We celebrate your hard work and wish you well as you continue to pursue your goals. The next award is the Student Employment Supervisor of the Year Award. The Student Employment Supervisor of the Year Award was established to draw attention to supervisors who excel in their positions and are highly regarded by their student employees for their outstanding leadership, professionalism, and mentoring, both personally and professionally. Student supervisors play an incredibly important role, not only for the university, but also for the students with whom they lead. The nominator of this year's recipient wrote, "She treats each student ambassador as an important member of our diverse community and goes out of her way to make sure that we feel comfortable and knowledgeable in all areas of our job. She is always willing to be open and honest with her staff, always pushing us to do better. She has mental health check-ins to ensure that our student staff is being taken care of. She even delivered groceries directly to students who were quarantined due to COVID-19. She is a servant leader who is motivated by our success, not only as student ambassadors, but also as individuals. It is because of the skills she helps to teach: communication, organization, adaptability, dedication, that so many students have succeeded at UD and beyond. Congratulations to this year's Student Employment Supervisor of the Year recipient, Cheryl Johnston, Campus Visit Coordinator with the Office of Admission and Financial Aid, and to all of our nominees. Cheryl, congratulations. At this time, I would like to welcome Bill Fisher, Vice President for Student Development, to swear into office the newly elected President and Vice President of the Student Government Association.
Thank you, Jason. Good evening, everyone. It's really an honor to be amongst all of you this evening to celebrate our students. The University of Dayton Student Government Association is a representative governing body that addresses the needs and concerns of the undergraduate student body. SGA is made up of an executive committee, a legislative body with representatives from each undergraduate class, and 4 directors of special programs, campus unity, academic affairs, and Marianist involvement, and a number of committees including sustainability, mental health promotion, and disability advocacy. As the voice of the student body, members hold various additional appointments on campus, including campus committee and task forces, meetings with the Board of Trustees, and also roles on the Academic Senate. Please welcome the 2021-2022 SGA President and Vice President Drew Moyer and Hannah Hobie as they take their oath of office. So Drew and Hannah, I'm now going to administer the oath to you, and I ask that you repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the University of Dayton Student Government Association,
the Constitution of the University of Dayton Student Government Association,
and will serve the undergraduate student body
and will serve the undergraduate student body
in accordance with the Catholic and Marianist values
in accordance with the Catholic and Marianist values
on which the University of Dayton is founded.
on which the University of Dayton is founded.
Drew and Hannah, congratulations, and I wish you much success as the SGA President and Vice President for next academic year. We'd now like to welcome Carrie Wallace, Assistant Vice President for Student Development, to recognize the university's Riley Award recipient and honor our outstanding student organization advisors.
Thanks, Bill. The John E. Riley Award provides recognition to a junior student who has exercised sustained leadership through involvement with student initiatives, exemplifying the educational Marianist charism and service values of the university. This is the 36th year for the award, named for the former director of the Counseling Center and 40-year employee known in student development as Jack Riley. There were 43 nominations for 29 students and 6 finalists for this award. The finalists include Sophia Ante, an intervention specialist major nominated by Roshonda Nino Nene. Jake Jagels, a political science major nominated by Mason Gordon. Andrew Moyer, a communication management major nominated by Joe Valenzano, Heather Parsons, Laura Toom, Amanda Newhauser, and Sarah Darty. Elena Neese, an adolescent young education major with a minor in theology, nominated by Tim Gabrielli, Myrna Gabby, and Peggy Broom. This year's award, for the first time in its history, was presented to 2 outstanding students. They are Kiara DiLoretto and Amira Fitzpatrick. Kiara DiLoretto, a civil engineering major with minors in English and sustainability, was nominated by Leanne Meyer. Kiara's nominator said, Kiara's actions, decisions, and involvements reflect how much she values community, dialogue, and sustainability. She is a member of the Marianist Leadership Scholars, the Educational Committee of the Hanley Sustainability Institute, and Middle Ground. Through these involvements, Kiara's Catholic faith and understanding of the Marianist charism guide her efforts to empower others to help create a better, more just society. Amira Fitzpatrick, a sociology and criminal justice major, was nominated by Caitlin Hall. Amira's nominator said, as a mentor, she guides underclassmen in MEC on how to navigate the challenges of being a student of color on campus. Amira is a resident assistant in Marycrest, where she promotes the university's values and creates a better community for the freshman class. As a supervisor at campus recreation, Amira promotes well-being, collaborates with staff, and provides risk mitigation for students. Both Kiara and Amira will be formally recognized in a ceremony this fall. Special thanks to the Riley family for their continued support of this award and to the Riley Award Committee for their time this year. Congratulations, Kira and Amira. I will now present the Outstanding Student Organization Advisor Award. This year, there are 2 recipients of this award. Please take a moment to view the nominees. Our first recipient was described as someone who not only provides counsel to the leadership of the organization, but meets individually with executive members and provides ongoing leadership development and team building for his organization. This year during COVID, our advisor has done so much behind the scenes work. We are thriving this semester, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the support of our advisor. He advocates for us so much, and he is the biggest cheerleader. Everyone should have him as their advisor. Please join me in congratulating Derek Gegline, advisor to the Residence Hall Association, and our first recipient of the Outstanding Student Organization Advisor Award. Our second recipient this evening was described by his nominator as one who has gone above and beyond the general expectations of an advisor by always reaching out to our area council members individually. He genuinely cares about each one of us, and he always tries to make sure that we are doing well. He is a large advocate for mental health and wellness, and this has been extremely beneficial to our area council since we all have had such a trying last few months with COVID-19. Please join me in congratulating Zach Martin, advisor to the Residence Hall Association Area Council and our second recipient of the Outstanding Student Organization Advisor Award. Congratulations again to our winners, Derek and Zach. We would like to remind everyone to follow the Student Leadership Programs Office on Instagram at UD_leadership to check out some behind the scenes content from our ceremony. If we can make a small request, we're asking that all winners take a second to record a quick acceptance speech and send it to us. We are asking that you record a quick 30-second video with some thank yous and what the award means to you, and either email those videos to studentleadership@udayton.edu or direct message them to us on Instagram. For our student orgs, anyone on the exec board of the organization can send the acceptance video. Please welcome Nick Cardellino, Director of the Center for Social Concern. He will present the Nancy Bramledge Award and the Brother Vincent Watley Award and the Campus Ministry Outstanding Senior Award. Congratulations.
Thank you, Carrie. The next award is the Nancy Bramledge Award. Please take a moment to recognize all of our nominees for this award who might show up. There we go. And the winner for this award, the recipient, was described as having a faith that is deeply connected to her passion for nonviolence and social justice issues. She has been involved in a number of racial justice advocacy programs in her 4 years here. She is the first student to participate in the UDSAP program as both a member of the Salyersville community and as a leader at the university. She has been engaged throughout campus ministry and MEC, and her work has had a clear impact not only on UD's campus, but in the communities she serves. So congratulations to our recipient of the Nancy Bramledge Award, Morgan Cox. We would like to also acknowledge the recipients of the Brother Vincent Watley Award and the Campus Ministry Outstanding Senior Award. Please take a moment to congratulate all of our nominees for both of these awards. Campus Ministry's 2 awards have very similar criteria. The only significant difference is that the sponsor of the Campus Ministry Outstanding Senior Award designated that it be given to a graduating senior who is Catholic. We are thrilled that this gives us the opportunity to recognize 2 of these outstanding nominees. So the recipient of the Brother Vincent Watley Award was described as someone who gives his energy and time helping others to deepen their faith. He is a person that gives compassion to others and is willing to do what is needed without thinking twice. He has consistently volunteered to work through the summers, over breaks, and on holidays, even Christmas, to help with liturgies. He integrates the Marianist charism into his everyday life. Congratulations to the recipient of the Brother Vincent Watley Award, Jack Dalton. I'm also happy to present the Campus Ministry Outstanding Senior Award. This person puts her faith to work through service to others. She has a unique way of being with others that helps them to be a part of a community. Seeing the compassion that UD students showed in Magoffin County, Kentucky through the UD Summer Appalachia program, she decided to fully commit herself to that work. As a student representative at a recent meeting with donors, she made it very clear that the UDSAP program is a great example of work for the common good. The recipient of this award is Morgan Cox. In addition, I'd like to congratulate this year's Maureen O'Rourke Marianist Student Award, which recognizes commitment to the Marianist charism. This award was presented to Anna Muma in another ceremony. Congratulations, Anna, and thanks. At this time, I would also like to recognize all the campus ministry student leaders. Leadership positions within campus ministry include retreat leaders, service Saturday leaders, Real Dayton leaders, students who lead breakout trips, service club leaders, peer ministers, journey group leaders, L138 leaders, Bible study leaders, music ministers, Eucharistic ministers, lectors, RCIA team leaders, mass coordinators, and many more that I've forgotten to list here. So please show your gratitude for students' hard work this year by giving some applause from wherever you are sitting in front of your computer. Thank you for all of your continued work this year and for your dedication to the student experience. At this time, Sarah Darty, Community Coordinator for the South Student Neighborhood, will announce the nominees and recipients of some other individual awards.
Thank you. Our first individual student leader award is the Emerging Leader Award. Please take a second to recognize all of our nominees. We will have 4 recipients for our first award. The first recipient of this award was stated that this student is a constant voice for the MEC community, advocating for those who are not at the table. She has passionately sought to make UD more inclusive. When racial justice uprisings were center stage in the US, she began organizing to find ways to build awareness and address those racial injustices on campus. She was fearless in meeting with administrators and showed maturity and wisdom in how she approached complex problems. For only being in her first year, she has already emerged as a powerful leader. Please join us in recognizing our first recipient of the Emerging Leading Award, Eileen Navarrete. Our second reward recipient, this student has demonstrated a vision for the common good and exhibited a commitment to social responsibility through his latest advocacy project in collaboration with the SGA Director of Campus Unity. He has been conducting research and meeting with several campus partners, faculty, staff, and students in order to develop an anti-racism training for students with a structure similar to Ally Training or Green Dot. They have committed to helping students recognize and address micro and macro aggressions in hopes of creating a more inclusive community. Please join us in recognizing our second reward recipient of the Emerging Leader Award, Jules, Carr, Shellman. Our third recipient's nominator has shared. This student has worked as a Brooke Center student worker, is a member of PAVE, and has interned with the Brooke Center, serving as a student co-host of the Upstream UD podcast, which has had over 14,000 streams since October. She brings an innovative energy to the conversations in the book. The topics that she has wrestled with on the podcast include homelessness, violence, human trafficking, mental health, abuse, racism, homophobia, masculinity, and many others. Each of these topics approach the idea of working towards the common good, as she and Shelby strive to help our campus community think about these challenging topics more deeply. The overwhelming positive feedback that we have received from the podcast underlines the immense impact that this student is having on her peers every day. Congratulations to our third recipient of the Emerging Leader Award, Katie Hay. And our final recipient's nominator has shared. As a member of PAVE, this student has done an exceptional job of taking challenging content and making it relatable for her audience. She is able to deliver messages and content that is personalized to different populations, tailoring information to be relevant for each group. Since joining the group last January, Sierra has taken on 2 leadership positions and has blown it out of the water. As coordinator for social media during a global pandemic, she quickly developed creative ideas to engage her peers and reach them with critical violence prevention content. Her peers find her to be approachable and look to her for guidance and direction. Congratulations on our final recipient, Sierra Johnson. The next award that I will be presenting is the Spirit of Community Award. Please take a moment to recognize all of our nominees. Our first winner has been described as, there are few students who bring the depth of compassion and care that this student embodies. Not only does he navigate challenging spaces with a high level of emotional intelligence, he is able to employ that genuine empathy on behalf of those who are hurting and seeking support. He always makes sure to keep checking in and consistently demonstrates that care is not just a one-time action, but a constant way of being. If there's someone that hasn't been seen or heard for some time, he can be trusted to extend a caring message to check in. When I hear of a student of color who is struggling to connect or find community and hasn't already connected with MEC, this is the first person I think to ask to reach out to the student. Congrats to our first recipient of the Spirit of Community Award, Caleb Cecil. And our second winner has been described as, I've had the pleasure of witnessing this student's ability to empower others, especially his residents, through various responsibilities with grace and efficiency. I have worked with a number of student employees throughout my many years at the University of Dayton, and he has the rare ability to balance advocating for students while challenging them on their behaviors and actions. He has been actively involved in the university Path Forward initiatives to have students on campus. He is sought after due to his outstanding ability to represent students and to communicate to his peers. I have seen him take challenging notions and able to articulate the spirit to students for their cooperation and for their deeper understanding. Through all of this, creates a welcoming and familial atmosphere for his residents, fellow staff members, and peers on campus. Congratulations to our second recipient of the Spirit of Community Award, Drew Moyer. Our next award is the Commuter Student Award. Please take a moment to recognize all of our nominees. Our recipient's nominator had this to say. This student has gone out of her way to ensure that commuter and transfer students feel included in the sexual violence prevention education efforts. She has targeted education in meaningful ways, assessing what needs are and finding creative ways to engage the students in ways that they will hear the message. Please join me in recognizing our first recipient for the Commuter Student Award, Bridget Morgan. Our next award is the Outstanding International Student Award. Please help us recognizing the nominees for this award. Our recipient's nomination shared, he balances a large academic course load with work while still making time to benefit UD's community as a member of the Honor Student Welcome Team. Despite a rigorous academic commitment, he pursues his interests in the big questions and isn't shy about seeking out answers wherever they can be found. I think that he encapsulates what is great about UD's welcoming environment where a student can study, work, and serve their new community at the same time. Congratulations to this year's recipient of the Outstanding International Student Award, Jin Young Lim. The next award is the Dedication and Commitment Award. Please help us recognize all of the nominees. Our recipient for this award's nominator shared. A leader in her sorority, Black Action Through Unity, SGA, and more, this student is eager and committed to making the world a better place. Her enthusiasm is contagious, and she is committed to doing whatever is necessary to make our campus community one that is more inclusive and that ultimately serves the common good. Another nominator noted that they cannot think of another student they have worked with who has worked so tirelessly to bring values of alignment and inclusivity to their organization in the face of adversity. Congratulations to our recipient of the Dedication and Commitment Award, Jada Brown. At this time, I would like to invite Alexandra Smith, the Assistant Director for Fraternity and Sorority Life, to announce our Values-Based Greek Awards.
It is my honor tonight to recognize leaders in the fraternity and sorority community. Our first award we will be presenting this evening is the Outstanding New Member Award. Please take a moment to recognize all the nominees. We have 2 winners this year. Our first nominator had this to say: this student has been an integral part of starting the Dayton prospective chapter of Gamma Phi Omega International Sorority Incorporated. As a new member, she made important decisions that helped her chapter decide what it would stand for on the University of Dayton's campus. Founding the first Latina sorority in UD's history, her goal and her sister's goal was to succeed, and they have done just that. Congratulations to the winner of the 2021 Outstanding New Member Award, Maritza Benacourt. Our second nominator had this to say: this student ran for a position on the MPHC Executive Board, did not get the position, but was still an active member. When an interim position became available, he stepped up and was willing to be in the position permanently. Congratulations to the winner of the 2021 Outstanding New Member Award, Brandon West. The second award we will be presenting tonight is the Values-Based Greek Rising Leader Award. Please help us take a moment to recognize all the nominees. We have 4 winners this year. Our first recipient's nominator had this to say: this member came into her position quiet but very dynamic. She is adamant about making change happen for the Panhellenic Council. She is determined to see the council live up to its truest potential. She is not afraid to ask questions that will improve not only her presidency, but her council. Please join me in congratulating the first recipient of the Values-Based Greek Rising Leader Award, Corey Fink. Our next nominator shared: since beginning his term as president of Phi Sigma Kappa, this individual has gone above and beyond to be communicative with his advisors and the FSL office. He has a passion for Phi Sig and making his fraternity stronger by engaging his members one by one, as well as helping them to understand the importance of doing good for the community. Congratulations to the second recipient of the Values-Based Greek Rising Leader Award, Michael Ben Blossom. Our next award winner has been described as the inaugural president of the Multicultural Greek Council. She has shown a great deal of resolve and poise leading a brand new fraternity and sorority council. She is constantly growing and helping her fellow board members grow with her as they all navigate the task of putting their chapter affiliations aside to do what is best for their community as a whole. Congratulations to the next recipient of the Values-Based Greek Rising Leader Award, Isabelle Zavala. Our final award recipient, although very quiet, has been a dependable worker in the MPHC community. If we need someone, he is always willing to say yes if he has the capacity. He is respectable and respected. Congratulations to the final recipient of the Values-Based Greek Rising Leader Award, Shahan Hughley. Our next award, recognizing leaders in the fraternity and sorority community, is the Values-Based Greek of the Year Award. Please help us recognize all of the nominees. We have 4 recipients of this award, 1 from each of our councils. Our first nominator shared, she inherited as a younger member of Chi Omega and carried herself as president and her chapter with grace, pun intended, while navigating the turbulence of the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. She was consistent in her communication with me as her chapter coach in times of chapter success and when the chapter needed guidance. She certainly took the card she was dealt in stride amid operational changes from Chi Omega International Headquarters, the University of Dayton, and those who required them amid the pandemic. Congratulations to our first recipient of the Values-Based Greek of the Year Award, Ms. Grace Lowe. Our second recipient's nominator shared, this student has created a new precedent of consistency and professionalism since being elected president of the UD Interfraternity Council. The IFC was in dire straits for leadership that would bring the basics of running a successful organization to the council. The assignment was to bring standards of communication, organization, and commanding leadership, and he understands it perfectly. Please join me in congratulating our second recipient of the Values-Based Greek of the Year Award, Frank Strasik. Our next recipient came into presidency when her chapter was going through various struggles. She did not let this deter her from making sure that her chapter was putting their best foot forward. She has also been an advocate for building relationships with not only fraternities and sororities, but also other student organizations outside of the FSL community. We are proud to recognize Odalias Fajardo as a 2021 recipient of the Values-Based Greek of the Year Award. Our final recipient has been described as stepping up to fill in the interim position of the MPHC presidency. She has been a voice for MPHC and always wants to see the best for the council. We are incredibly proud to present the final Values-Based Greek of the Year Award to Mayana Keys. The final award we will be presenting is the Order of Omega Social Change Award. Please help us take a moment to recognize all the nominees. Our first recipient's nominator had this to say. She experienced tragedy 2 years ago when her boyfriend, Colin Wyatt, was killed in a hazing incident at the Ohio University. Since Colin's death, she has worked to ensure that college students across the country understand that hazing has no place in their communities. Most recently, after the hazing deaths of Stone Fultz at Bowling Green and Adam Oakes at Virginia Commonwealth, she has started a change.org petition to get the attention of Ohio legislators to pass Colin's Law, a new hazing law that will strengthen penalties for those who perpetrate, aid in, or fail to report hazing, as well as require hazing prevention education and transparency from colleges and universities about the hazing incidences on their campuses. So far, over 5,500 people have signed her petition. Please help me in congratulating Brindley Zieg for the Order of Omega Award. Our second recipient's nominator had this to say. This student had the tremendous task of redefining how IFC recruitment is executed. He implemented a mandatory round of recruitment that allowed all potential new members to meet all IFC fraternities, something that hadn't been done before. This process led to more potential new members finding the right fit for them and overall made the process more equitable for chapters and new members alike. Please help me to congratulate this winner of the Order of Omega Award, Logan Swick. Our third recipient's nominator had this to say. While philanthropy has been an integral part of the University of Dayton's Greek week tradition, she took charge in communicating and facilitating a partnership between the University of Dayton FSL community and an organization for social change, LULAC, for UD Greek Week Spring 2021. Her commitment to consistent communication with myself, Elisa Pagan of LULAC, and Greek Week Committee, and her constituents in the Multicultural Greek Council was profound in the success of this year's Greek Week, and is admirable knowing all of the work she has done on top of this to establish her council and her chapter to begin with. Please help me to congratulate this winner of the Order of Omega Award, Mariella Leon Witt. Our final recipient's nominator had this to say. She is a powerhouse for social change in the University of Dayton campus. She serves as the current president of the Epsilon Chi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, as well as an historian for the MPHC Executive Board. She is constantly working to ensure that the larger UD community is knowledgeable about MPHC and the work she and her sisters are doing. Additionally, she serves as a neighborhood fellow, the secretary of Batu, and a junior class student government senator. This past election season, she interned for Desiree Timms, the first Black woman to become a candidate for Ohio's 10th district. Please help me to congratulate this winner of the Order of Omega Award, Miss Jada Brown. Congratulations again to all the nominees of Fraternity and Sorority Awards. You all make our community so proud. At this time, Daniela Canas Baina, Associate Director for Academic Success and Outreach, will announce the remaining recipients of the individual awards.
Hello. So the first award I will be presenting is the Visionary Leadership Award. Please help us to recognize all of this year's nominees. Their nominator had to share. When underrepresented students challenged SGA to represent their needs and interests, rather than getting defensive, this student embraced the opportunity to listen and learn more about students' experiences. For the first time under her leadership, SGA has developed an anti-racism action plan and followed through with their commitments to becoming a more inclusive and representative student body. Please join me in congratulating the recipient of the Visionary Leadership Award, Natalie Copolino. Next, we would like to present the recipient of the Marianist Voluntary Service Award. Please help me recognize all of this year's nominees. The recipient of this award's nominator shared. This student has demonstrated a sustained commitment to the UD SAP program. She not only participated, she has returned and has led a fall breakout so other students could experience the community as well. As a real Dayton leader this past fall, she helped creatively adapt the programs for students to be able to encounter the city of Dayton, despite COVID restrictions not allowing us to do service in the city. She helped develop a virtual tour of Dayton, led a small group, and shared her experience with students participants to gather excitement for service, active citizenship, and the city of Dayton. Our recipient for the Marianist Voluntary Service Award is Jessica Caden. Congratulations. The next award is the Boldness and Leadership Award. Please help us celebrate all the nominees for this year's award. The recipient of this award is described by their nominator as, this person has always been extremely involved in her community and has exemplified leadership qualities everywhere she has been in just the short amount of time she has been at UD. Aside from balancing academics and extracurricular clubs she is involved in, she has also worked 3 different part-time jobs. She truly exerts her full effort into everything she does and willingness to always strive in doing her best. As just a sophomore too, I believe that she goes above and beyond to promote boldness in her leadership, while balancing and excelling in everything else she has on her plate. Congratulations to the winner of the Boldness and Leadership Award, Jessica Garvin. Our next award for the evening is the Mary M. Shea Award of Excellence in both academic and co-curricular activities. The nominees for this award are seniors who have shown exceptional commitment to their academic and co-curricular activities. Please help us acknowledge all of this year's awards nominees. This year's nominator shared, "This student is bold and driven. When she puts her mind to something, there's no stopping her, and that's what makes her such an amazing student leader. She has helped educate hundreds of undergraduate students about the importance of staying connected to UD beyond graduation, of giving back to UD financially to help the university make the 4 years experience possible for more students, and of staying centered around the University of Dayton's motto, learn, lead, serve. While her peers might not immediately be aware of the changes she is making on campus through SUA, her advisor notes that the effects of her hard work will exist on campus for many years to come. Please join me in recognizing the recipient of the Mary M. Shea Award of Excellence in both academic and co-curricular activities, Sarah McGonigal. Our final award is the Distinguished Contributions Award. Please take a moment to recognize all of the nominees for this year's award. We have 2 recipients for this award. The first recipient nominator shared, "In the last 2 years, as the sole student leader for the Multi-Ethnic Business Leaders Program, he has increased the number of students who participate in the program, made strategic connections with campus and community partners, and has enhanced the curriculum of the program to support the personal and professional development of multi-ethnic business students. His thoughtfulness and responsiveness to the needs of multi-ethnic business students truly reflects his unwavering support and commitment to creating an inclusive and supportive community for all students, regardless of their background. The School of Business and the campus community is better because of him and his service." Please join me in congratulating the first recipient of the Distinguished Contributions Award, Joshua Chambers. The second recipient's nominator shared, "He is an exceptional leader on campus, is passionate about creating quality educational experiences for any student he works with, truly embraces the ethos of what it means to be a UD student, and is dependable. He will be a remarkable representative of his graduating class. He is thoughtful and dedicated to helping all members of our community understand information in a new light, a skill that comes naturally to him." Please join me in congratulating the second recipient of the Distinguished Contributions Award, Topher Peck. Now please welcome Chelsea Fricker, Assistant Director of Student Leadership Programs, for our closing.
Thanks, Daniela. From wherever you are, please take a moment to recognize all of our individual student award nominees and winners, our advisor nominees and winners, and our student organization nominees and winners. As a reminder, if you won an award tonight or are part of an organization that won an award, we're asking that you take a second to record a quick acceptance speech of around 30 seconds and send it over to studentleadership@udayton.edu, or you can direct message it to us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is @UD_leadership, just to give some thank yous and really to tell us what the award means to you or your student organization. We would like to thank our Assistant Vice President for Student Development, Gary Wallace, Dean of Students, Chris Schramm, Vice President for Student Development, Bill Fisher, and our President, Dr. Eric Spina, for joining us this evening. Furthermore, we would like to acknowledge the awards committee for all of their work with helping us to make this event possible this evening. And those members are Meg Austin, the Student Leadership Programs and Student Government Grad Assistant, Daniela Casas Buena from the Multi-Ethnic Education and Engagement Center, Nick Cardellino from Campus Ministry, Sarah Darty from Housing and Residence Life, Chris Fishpaw from Student Leadership Programs, Jack Pence from the Center for Student Involvement, Stephanie Rich from Student Employment, and Alexander Smith from Fraternity and Sorority Life. We would also like to give a special shout out to our student representatives on the committee this year, Hannah Hobie with the Student Government Association, and Emily Hitla, who's a Student Leadership Ambassador. I would also like to acknowledge a group of students who helped to make this event possible this evening with the Student Leadership Programs Office, which is our Student Leadership Ambassadors. If you've been following us on social media this week, they've been helping to put together all of our nomination videos and do some interviews with our nominees. So we're so appreciative for the work that they've done to help make this event happen. We would also like to send a special thank you to the Center for Student Involvement staff for all of their help and support in making this virtual event possible. And if you tuned in late, we did record tonight's ceremony, and we'll be posting the recording on the Student Leadership Awards website. Again, we would like to congratulate all of the students who have been recognized and have done extraordinary work on our campus and in our community. Thank you all for attending our program this evening and for the second ever Virtual Student Leadership Awards. Now, please go forth and continue to spread your leadership throughout the community and our world. Thanks, everybody.